Hello, and welcome to the West Midlands Regional Cybercrime Unit YouTube channel. This week we will be covering access control. What is access control? Access control is a fundamental component of data security that dictates who's allowed to access and use company information and resources. Access control can minimize the potential damage that could be done if an account is misused or stolen. Staff accounts should have just enough access to software settings, online services, and device connectivity functions for them to perform their role. Any other permissions should be assigned to those who need them. This relates to the principle of least privilege. A subject should be given only those privileges needed for it to complete its task. If a subject does not need an access right, the subject should not have that right. Administrator accounts. Accounts with administrative privileges should only be used to perform administrative tasks, with standard accounts being used for general work. Admin accounts typically allow for the execution of software that can make significant changes to the operating system, changes to the operating system for some or all users, the creation of new accounts and allocation of their privileges. Admin accounts should not be used to browse the web or to check emails. This is because if an attacker gains access to an admin account through web or email, they will be able to cause far more damage than a standard user account would be able to. Requirements for the technical control theme. So firstly, you must have a user account creation and approval process. Secondly, you must authenticate users before granting access to applications or devices using unique credentials. Thirdly, you must remove or disable user accounts when no longer required. When a user leaves the organization or after a defined period of account inactivity, for example. I will now demonstrate how to create a user account as an admin and how this account could be verified and authenticated on the machine. Also, we will show how to delete this account when it's no longer needed. So we will now demonstrate in a Windows 10 machine how to create a user account as an admin, how this account could be approved, and then also how to delete the account once it's no longer in use. So firstly, we need to be logged in as the administrator of the machine. If we go to Settings and then to Accounts, we can see that in the Your Info section, it states that Roku West Midlands is a local account and an administrator on this machine. Now if we close this and navigate to our File Explorer at the bottom of the page, select our File Explorer, right-click on this PC and select Manage. This will bring up the computer management screen. Now from here we want to find the users on our machine, so we select Local Users and Groups and then select Users. From here we will see all the users that are listed on our machine. For example, if we select Roku West Midlands, we can see that this is a system administrator. Now if we right click, select New User and input the necessary details for our new local user. Username will be John Doe, full name John Doe, and then input the password that we desire. If we now select Create and then Close, we can see that John Doe now appears in the list of users. We will now log in as the user we have just created to show how this user could be approved in an organization. So if we log out of our administrator account and select John Doe, and then input the password that we just created, if we navigate to our settings and select Accounts. In the Your Info section of John Doe, we will see that it's a local account and that John Doe is not an administrator on this machine. In terms of authentication for John Doe's account, normally each organization will have some method in place to authenticate a user. For our example, the local user can sign in using a designated Microsoft account to validate the ID of the user and to allocate the correct amount of access control to that specific Microsoft account. We will cover this further in next week's video. Now we will move on to how to get rid of this local user once the account is no longer in use. If we log back into our administrator account, input our administrator account password, select File Explorer, right-click on this PC, and then select Manage. From here, select Local Users and Groups, select Users File. If we right-click on John Doe, and then from here we select Delete, and then we select Yes, and then we select Yes again, we can see that John Doe is no longer listed as a user on our machine. The Cyber Essentials Scheme. For more information on secure settings, please visit the NCSC website and the Cyber Essentials website. If you are interested in the Cyber Essentials Scheme for your business and would like to find out more, please visit the Cyber Essentials website. This video makes use of the latest NCSC and Cyber Essentials guidance at the time of recording.